C'est un emblème.
Excuse me.
Brick stone, you know my brick stone, and then they burn my brick stone in the surface. You know why? The 2,000. The bullshit easily, huh? The surface. Because after that they are going to carve. They're going to carve. Look at me, Ronald.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to explain you.
Yes.
Your question. So they used to carve it, polish it first with this burned mud brick. After that, they make the main outline of the obelisk like this. Okay? And then they start to dig around it, small holes like this, around it like this. Okay? With what? With witch cutters. Use witch cutters made of granite or diorite or copper. And then they fill this holes with wooden blocks. Okay? And then they fill the wooden blocks with water. You know why? In order to spread around and break around it, break around this obelisk, the body of the obelisk. After that, they make the same thing for the bottom part. And after cutting the bottom part, they put wooden blocks under it, like this, in order to pull it easily on these wooden blocks. Yep. You can see the cracks? I think we should miss that. So after taking pictures, we go back to the bus. Okay, Ronald really. No, sorry, Ronald without really. You can see the crack in the middle. And then they try to reduce, you can see they try to reduce this in the middle, you can see, to make a smaller one, but discovered another crack. That's why they left it. They didn't do anything for it.
Tu m'as dit quoi? Tu m'as rien dit du tout. J'étais là, moi.
Est-ce qu'on voit vraiment la forme de l'obélisque? C'est ici?
Oui, oui, au bout.
Ah, parce que d'ici je vois rien. Il faudra un peu. Ah oui, genre du coup ça serait beau.
Or one very similar to the third.
sail the last night to Aga Khan's temple. So beautiful out here. This is a view from the boat window, not the deck, but the window pretty much. As a matter of fact, American time, 6:59 a.m. But Egyptian time, it's about 2 o'clock. Watching this stuff is late. We're setting sail now. Second day on the ship, and the first day of us sailing on the ship. Great ship. Thank you, sir. That's it. How you doing, little brother? And this is the great navigator.
Captain!
Captain.
Captain Muhammad!
Captain Muhammad.
What is your name?
Ronald. Ronald.
Badawi?
Huh?
Marabu?
Ronald.
Marabu?
United States of America.
Very good.
What am I? I'm
Aussie.
a Nubian American.
Nubian American? Very good, very good.
طول اي مركب عاديه على كده
مين؟
هو نور جديد
ايوه ما انا
والله طول اي مركب
My mother Nubian, but my father Arab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's a good man who works on the ship. He took this photograph of Carla and me.
Yes, I work on the ship from 8 years.
Huh?
From 8 years.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Connotations for some because it's it's an Islamic country, so they're very strict about things like that. You better.
Oups.
مدى 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 مدى
عايشين في دور امريكاني.
It's about 50 kilometers north of Aswan, and this is a province, a part of the main governorate of Aswan. And Komombo considered as another resettlement of the Nubians. Another resettlement of Nubians. A lot of Nubians come here and they build their own villages here. This was dedicated by the Egyptian government for them. Also, Komombo, the meaning of Komombo, it means the hill of gold. Kom means hill or mound. Ombo means gold. You know, the reason is that in Komombo here, it commanded different things. It commanded the trade routes from Nubia, from the western oasis. And also it commanded the route to the eastern desert mines of gold. So that's why they call it the Mound of Gold. It is said also a great trade all over the temples in Egypt. It has this very picturesque side for any Egyptian or Greek Roman temples. The temple of Komombo. This temple was dedicated to two gods for the first time. For the first time we have two gods. The first god is Harvis. After this part of the temple, after the forecourt inside the Hubestyle hall and chambers, sanctuaries, no one was allowed to go inside, except high priests and the priests. So all the people used to come here to celebrate different ceremonies, like the birthday of the god symbol, like the marriage of the god, the temple of the goddess, different, like the inundation season, different things that were celebrated during inside the Egyptian temples. So we have here, what we have here, this is something like an altar. This pedestal uses an altar for sacrifices.
This is the only
And you
temple
can see
in
we have
Asia.
here two troughs. troughs. You know troughs?
By the
This
recent
one? This
earthquake,
one made of granite stone
1992.
for the blood.
These are the ruins
Slipping down to those troughs.
that are left
Can you see it? Here one? And one there.
from the magnificent temple.
So anyone want to sacrifice something for the God
Columns
can
fell.
come here, offer anything. For, so
Towers
now you
fell.
can offer if you like for something for Kazan God. So
Much
here we
was
have also
damaged.
this original platform. And I want you to imagine how this platform looks like. Columns, the architraves, and you can see the side wall and the roof was removed also. But you can see the color, still see the line. These are the original cut of the temple. Okay? Here we have the god pot and the god horse. Submerging the land. If very low, no water, so that's not for cultivation or for the land. So in the middle, that's the best, the highest taxes. So it was one of the main parts of the temple. And also, you can see this Nile water. It looked like something very important symbol, the key of life. Ankh, the key of life. Look here. You know why we have the key of life as a symbol of life? This part, remember the map of Egypt? This part looks like the delta, and this part looks like the Nile Valley. Huh? Okay, that's why we call it the key of life. The other reasons they're that because this part looks like the female organ, and this part looks like the male organ. That's why it was adopted as the symbol of life in ancient Egypt, and even it has the symbolic form of this 9 meter.
زي الحال والكامل
We have the goddess Nut has the form of the lioness goddess Sekhmet. You know Sekhmet was the goddess of war. But Nut had just her head of Sekhmet, but she is Nut. Nut was the goddess of the sky, N-U-T, the goddess of the sky. And in this side, we have another goddess, she is Isis, and Tut, the god of writing and knowledge, who has the ibis. Do you know the ibis or ibis bird? He was the god of knowledge and the god of wisdom in ancient Egypt. And here we have the god Horus, the son of Isis and Osiris, with the 2 crowns. Okay? And this one is the god of the temple, the main god of the temple, Haruris. It's different. Haruris, which means Horus the elder. It's different from Horus, the son of Isis and Osiris. I told you we have 9 gods. More than 9 gods has the form of a falcon. Haruris, you can see, has different crown, just white crown. Huh? Horus has 2 crowns, like the god Sokar, the god of Saqqara, necropolis in Egypt, in Cairo. Sokar has also the form of Horus, the falcon. Okay, he was named Sokar, and Saqqara was carving the reliefs, and this is more refined than the other. And I want to tell you something, just compare with this temple and the other regional temples and the Egyptian temples like Karnak and Bazaar. Compared to the art of the earliest the Egyptian Pharaonic temples, the reliefs were much less, much finer than the so you know what? The art was refined. The Greeks were strangers. They were not interested like the Egyptians, okay, in having the temple, glorify the temple, and so on. Because just he made this just for a political reason. You got the idea? So the art deteriorated during the Greek and the Roman period. And you can see that through the carvings. Look at the proportions of the body. Look at the shoulders. Look at the fingers and the proportions of the arm. huh, of this goddess. Look at her fingers. It's not as nice as what we are going to see later.
Bien conservé, hein.
Disk, the symbol of Ra, R-E, the god of the sun. That means the beginning of a new day. So here, this calendar, because it is not a complete one, should be complete one with a high wall. But we have here, it starts with this 22nd, the day 22nd. This sign means 10. Okay, this sign, like this, means 10, like this, and this sign means 1. Okay, you follow me? And this sign means 9. I want to show you something here. Here, this is the 22nd. 10 and 10 and 2, 22. Okay? 22nd. And then 10 and 10 and 3, 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then that's the last day of the month. And here we have the beginning of the new month. And then the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, seventh, eighth, and so on. It starts from the top down. You got the idea?
Yeah.
So the temple was used as a hospital during especially the late period. It was used as a hospital. That's why we have here this surgeon instruments. I'm gonna show you later behind the wall over there. Okay? During the Greek period, during the late period, they allowed the people to come inside the temple. They believed that this temple, okay, there is something like a hospital to heal them against the diseases. Symbol of justice. The reason is that in ancient Egypt they discovered that the feather has line like this. We have two parts, one here and one there. They discovered that the number of those feathers, small feathers, the same number of those feathers on this side. So that means that's the reason they got this as a symbol of justice. The feather. That's why Ma'at, the goddess of justice in ancient Egypt, had this one. You got the idea? That's why he balanced it with the heart of the dead person. By the way, this corridor was used as part of the hospital, and the people used to live there, bring something like something like here. All this wall.
Question we need to answer.
My goodness. That was just amazing.
Let me find crocodile.
معمول منه زي كمام امبارح كده زي فيلة، بس ده الوحيد اللي هو الكامل
كامل على بعضه كله.
هتلاقي كل الاجزاء فيه موجوده، مفيش اجزاء ناقصه.
بس بتاع فيلة امبارح عرفت معلومه ان هو كان اتنقل من مكانه في 72 تقريبا غير 70 اتنقل من مكانه
80 71
جابوه المكان ده بقى سنه 80.
ده انقذ اللي هي تبع المعابد المنقذه. Okay guys, here we now in this town of Edfu. It's about 100 kilometers south of Luxor and 100 kilometers north of Aswan, just in the way between Luxor and Aswan. The name of Edfu was originally derived from the ancient Egyptian name Tipat. Tipat. Yeah, that's the ancient original name of Edfu. And then the Coptic, when the Coptic era came over, they changed the name to Edfu. Edfu, and then from Edfu we got the name Edfu. The Greeks called Edfu Apollonopolis. Apollonopolis Mania. You know Apollo, the god. Polis means city, the meaning of city in Greek language. Okay? So Apollonopolis means the city of the god Apollo. That's the Greek name for this town of Edfu. The population of Edfu is not many. It's about just maybe 25 30,000 thousand of that's the population of the golden statue of the god Horus, and then start to purify him with holy water, with the perfume, and then changing his clothes with linen, get a new clothes for him, and then put him again, and then put the offerings and the drinks and the everything, and then leave the place. And before leaving the place, he should clean the same. All this happened. I want to imagine what was happening exactly for this statue, for this replica of the poet. Okay. You know, by the way, we have here a lot different rooms here in this place. Those rooms were used to keep the offerings. And some rooms were dedicated for some different gods. But most of it was kept to keep the offerings. And all the rooms were not open like this. They were closed. Okay.
Hello.
I'm not Egyptian.
No?
Can you tell?
It's hard to tell. I did that in the center court. Now we're leaving Edfu, the city of Edfu. That's where we docked at. Right there. I can still see the carriage and buggies. Yeah. Waiting for the next ship to come in. Why is that good?
That I can't say.
Oh, okay.
I'm enjoying the ride, the view.
Yes, from your bed, right? This girl sleeps, boy. She's the sleep goddess.
That's not true.
She sleeps and she sleeps and she sleeps. This is through our window. Oh, boy. The view is not that great right now because we're passing one of the poorer cities in Aswan. But it's still beautiful for us because we're cruising up the river Nile.
Luxor, where we shall arrive this evening. Notice that just beyond the River Nile is a patch of vegetation, but it's not very wide because just beyond the vegetation is more desert. They say that Egypt is 90 to 95% desert. This view is interesting, given that it absolutely conforms to the view, the aerial view that we have from the airplane. You may recall the very thin stretch of water and greenery, little greenery
helps you again.
You're going to see a lot of mistakes there.
No, I know that you are professional. Hold it like you hold a gun. You are
Is that right?
yeah. Looks like it's not a camera, it's a gun.
That's true.
That's your weapon.
On the vessel. I'm sorry. It's new. Here's our ship. People.
My friend.
Hi, my brother. Hi, brother. Cousins. Hello. Hello. Beautiful. Hello. Beautiful.
Ah, Nubian, American.
How you doing?
Welcome.
Nubian American.
Yes, I
Hello. Hello.
How are you, Nubian? Nubian. Oh, cousin.
How you doing, my cousin?
Are you fine?
Good. This is the Temple of Edison.
Yeah, it's small one, but they are sometimes bigger offside. Okay, man. By the way, I'm sorry for this late. Usually we plan Anyway, now we are in this town of Isna. Isna It's one of the towns that belongs to Qina Governorate. It's about 50 or 60 kilometers south of Luxor. We are close now to Luxor. And this town of Isna, it's one of the ancient towns in ancient Egypt. And the name of Isna was that from the name Sinet. And then when the Greek came to Egypt, they call it Latopolis. Latopolis, according to the name of the fish. You see it? At the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, there is a Latos Nilos. That's the name of the fish. That's in front of the main gate of the museum. Goes on close to the Nile, and this is underground water, especially after the high dam. We have underground water that's
Still there after 2,000 years.
The water out to bust here, and then they pull it. Each time they pull it. And you can see this white from the south. Okay? We have here the goddess Sefnet. She's the wife of the god of the temple, and she is in front here. The god Horus and the god Thoth, they are mentioning the colors of the columns, the floral capital. I want to ask you something. What's the idea behind having the columns with the floral capitals? Why? Is the floral capital with the Bahamas capital? Why? You know why? The reason is that the ancient Egyptians were trying to represent the crown of the British time period. Okay, where they used to see the high priest of the king coming out from this temple to meet the people in the next part of the temple, which was the fourth court, the colonnade court, okay? Where usually the people were not allowed to come, okay? It's behind the fourth court inside Hindustan Hall. No one was allowed. After that, no one was allowed. So Hindustan Hall, the high priest is coming out to see the people. The king represents the sky, okay? The roof represents the sky. Between earth and the sky, we have what? We have plants. And this is the plants. The columns represent the plants. You got the idea? So I did the king is coming from another universe. He's coming from inside, another world, the world of God, He's coming out immediately from this world. That's the idea behind having this world in heaven. The plants are in the earth and the sky. That's it. You can see the scene here. You can see it? Those flying vultures for like
text.
When the goddess, and they make the position of the statues,
all the colors.
Remember, I did show you this morning when we went to visit the temple of Etu. I did show you the procession of the courts, the second courts of the god, the courts of the high priest, the healing courts, and so on and so on. So everything, or most of the things are being explained here on the walls of those texts. So this is considered as one of the main texts that would help us to know what was happening inside the temple. Here also we have the figures of the ram. Here, can you see? Represents the god of Nubians.
You never can forget.
Huh? You can have a seat, sweetie. Majestic mountains.
I don't know.
The lovers. Oh, you can see the moon. The moon is out. You brought the moon out. You brought the moon out. You brought the moon out. Hey! Give us a warning when you go to crash.
How are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Ronald. Yes.
Hi. Nancy. Hi. How are you? How are you? Ganano. 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 English? English?
Yes.
Very beautiful. Ganano.
American.
American dollar. Au revoir. Bon voyage. Hello. Nubia. Nubia. How are you? Zanano. Zanano. Wait a minute.
Ronald. Ahmed.
C'est là qu'on va. Il est débarqué là, ils connaissent l'heure. On va attaquer le prochain bateau qui passe. Ronald! Hi Ronald!
C'est la banque, madame!
Look at Shorty. Yes, baby. Oh, it's tea time? Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. We're entering the newer locks. Perhaps it will happen again, unfortunately. What is the name of this dam?
That's the Esna Dam.
The Esna Dam? And the one in the rear is the old Esna Dam? Yes. Esna Locks.
Dam and the monuments in your video, you get it now, right?
Yes. Yes.
You get everything in the video.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I need my things back, please.
What things?
Oh, I need the pyramids, the temples. You get it all this in your video.
Oh man, you sound American there.
God.
You sound American there.
And then are you going to pay customs for this?
Am I what?
The customs for this, all this?
Sure.
Okay.
I paid to come here. So it's all paid for.
No, he took the pyramid, he took the temples here, you know, in this video camera. I want it back, you know. Do you agree with this? Huh? He took everything here. The camels. Oh my God.
They don't understand. See, the water on the other side is lower. They open the gates. The water is allowed to raise, or this side lowers, and then we're able to go through the bridge. The water on the high side is going out to the lower side. The boat is lowering. That's another boat waiting to come through. City life. They don't have all the things that make life complicated for us, you know? They're having a ball. They're oblivious to this ship riding through. They're disrespected, you know, they're referred to as, right? Right. That shows you.
Or Democrats.
Right, or Democrats. That's interesting. So that's what Americans think of donkeys. The boat stop? Yes, he is. We getting ready to dock. This must be Luxor. And see the steps leading? You know? I believe this is the city of Luxor.
Just a beautiful sunrise.
Living on the Nile. Witness it. Huh? They're not friendly. They didn't wave. It's about 6:05 Egyptian time, AM. And as you see, African morning is waking up, coming out, getting water, carrying it back on their heads. Man, that water's gotta be cold this time of the morning. You gonna wash clothes or what?
Approaching Luxor now, where we'll dock and disembark and take a tour of the Valley of the Kings.
We're also about to have breakfast.
I think we're gonna wait. These statues have been defaced, but they greet visitors who are approaching the Valley of the Kings. These statues greet those visiting the Valley of the Kings.
Sunny, sunny, sunny.
Right? They became smaller now, huh?
Yeah.
Became like dwarfs when you compare them with the set. You can see this is the king of the third, and you can see between his legs his wife. His what? His wife. Originally, they were here behind these two statues. They were originally moved to a temple, but it was an empty temple. They destroyed the temple. Awesome. Right. لو ما تمسك بس حاسب.
So most of the pyramids were stolen. With the Middle Kingdom, they tried to reduce the size of the pyramid. They make it smaller. You know? You make it smaller and then a lot of corridors inside the pyramid until you reach the burial chamber. In order to hide the burial chamber where the main treasures are inside the burial chamber. But in spite of these precautions, most of the pyramids during the Middle Kingdom were restored. And then when we moved to the New Kingdom, the King Thutmose I tried to change this. He decided to choose this barren land. This on the western bank of the Thebes, and behind all these mountains. Most of those stones, completely or partly, were stolen, unfortunately, except the one for King Tutankhamun, the only one which was not stolen. By the way, back there to the handmade.
Excuse me.
It's gonna spin for you.
Which is the...
This machine. It's handmade, like this. It's gonna spin for you. But you can, I mean, you can see the weight is different. This is lighter. There's nothing inside. Okay. It's gonna spin.
Okay, so you guys been through how to make an alabaster stone and where to bring the stone from. I have the camp for the stone alabaster two color. The brown color like this and a white color like this.
Different color.
Yeah, different color. They bring the stone alabaster from the mountain, the desert. I bring it to the stone from there to here with by dunk or by camel, not in the car. When the stone they come to here, the big rock, I start to shape to make the form to see with a hammer like this.
Make the form with the hammer and the stone.
And then I cover it with a cotton material like that outside, and I leave it in the sun for 5 or 6 days to be dry, and then I start beating the hole inside. When it's finished empty inside, I start take off way the cotton and I pile it outside, yeah. And then I smooth it with sandstone and sandpaper to be more shining or more smooth, and then I put it in the oven, in the fire.
Like this one. Look here, he's making the sandstone like here, right? Smooth, polish.
I make it in the fire.
And then he put it in the oven. After that, he put it in the oven.
For 5 or 6 minutes, a little bit hot, the 80 degrees, and I cover it with the candle wax The little bit for candle wax. That's a hand, machine made, and that's a hand made. And now you go to the Havelock inside here. You
شو
can.
الفكرة عن بقية
And
Look here
go
also.
to the Bazaar.
Look, the statues like this. How he's making the statue like this. Look here, this man. ده السوق ده.
No, بس لا ده حجر ألاباستر درجة ثالثة.
This alabaster, but another. Fox. Oh, fox. There's your fox. By the way, if you like to have a drink here, we have tea for free. If you like to go here, that's cool. No problem, I can take from both of you and then we make it. This doesn't have some you don't have to. It's not bad.
C'est les têtes. Les têtes.
هتشوف فين وريهم فين هتشوف
built in 3 terraces. 3 terraces, and that's a unique temple. By the way, you can get your cameras and video camera also. Okay, Ronald Reagan, Ronald without Reagan.
Promise me.
بقول لك دول مره من المرات
Yes. Huh?
Look at the braids on it.
What?
Oh man, that is
nice?
beautiful.
Very
How much?
nice.
How much? How
You
much?
ask him, madam.
How much? $100? No way. $10. $10.
كولا بس كولا.
No, thank you.
Relax, monsieur. Huh?
المكرة
شوف الحامل ده هذا
راحتكم الثوي اللي حصل يا حصل.
This is the temple of Queen Hatshepsut.
Hot chicken soup, just to be easy for you. This queen, Hatshepsut, is considered as one of the greatest queens that ever ruled Egypt, and she was the only one that ruled Egypt during the New Kingdom. Cleopatra ruled Egypt, but Cleopatra was not Egyptian. Cleopatra was Greek. Excuse me. Cleopatra was Greek. Hatshepsut was pure Egyptian. So Hatshepsut, we consider her as the only queen that ruled Egypt by herself. The story of Hatshepsut, maybe you have an idea about it, but I would just remind you. Hatshepsut married her brother, half-brother, Thutmose II. And Hatshepsut, during her marriage life with her husband, she was interested in the palace and the state and everything in the state, while her husband was busy in outside. He hated the life court, and he would like to participate in outside and to fight against the enemies and to found a great empire around Egypt. So she was interested more in the
We're not good. And fertility goddess? No. We don't need to do that.
columns here. This is pure Egyptian. It's different from the Roman one we have seen before, which had the Corinthian form. This is pure Egyptian with this Apostolic form. And then here, this side, see here, Hatshepsut was trying to prove for me that she is the real king. Okay? She's the real king of Egypt. And she called herself, by the way, the queen of Egypt, the son of God, the son of God. So and so.
It's Hamdi and Melon. Hamdi and Melon.
Ronald.
Hamdi and Melon.
She's having a relationship with the gods Hathor, and she's helping her hands. In this side also.
Excuse me, yes. We have lost our guide. We went into some room someplace.
Yeah. Yeah, it has a long dress.
Yes.
Long dress.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I think I saw her on the other side. Oh, the other side. Okay, there. You open like this, huh?
Guarda lì, si nota perfino la secchia e la ragosta col calamaro, li vedi? Si vedono molto bene.
Okay? So she did that in one part of the temple to prove that. So she said that she sent this petition to Hatshepsut to the in order to
I want you to go steer the...
Capitano. Oh, okay.
Come.
See the captain?
Come, try.
Oh, okay.
Want me to get you steering it?
Nubian.
Nubian.
Right on.
Okay.
I'm a Nubian American.
Yes, right.
Which way are we going? Me Nubian. Nubian American. I'm also a captain.
Okay, here.
No, this is good. Very big.
Yes, bless you.
And Carl and I are on our way to the bazaar. Everybody else is resting up for lunch. But we decided to use this time to go out, ride around in Luxor, see Luxor, and visit the bazaar very quickly. And then come back. What's your name?
Mohammed.
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 I'm Ronald.
Oh.
And this is Carla.
Skara.
Carla.
Today only okay after Bazaar goes. Bazaar papyrus. Papyrus fabric.
School? Ah.
يعني بطيتني. This is mosque. This is one. This is one.
Huh?
Gold. Cheap price.
Oh, yeah.
American. Welcome, California. California.
California.
California.
Welcome to Alaska.
Oh, Alaska. Welcome to Alaska.
We're about to visit the temple of Karnak. You see all the businesses in the area are named for Karnak. And that's the temple of Karnak.
Voilà ce qu'on appelle l'allée des béliers. C'est ça, l'allée des béliers sont des statues qui représentent le dieu Amon, qui avait pour symbole la tête d'un bélier. Voilà. Et ils ont surtout avec le tête d'un dieu.
Dedicated for worship of God all over the world. Extend for about 1,700 meters length, 800 meters wide. So imagine how big it is that it could fit for 3 cathedrals. All this huge, maybe you have seen before, those cathedrals in Europe could fit within the walls of this temple. So imagine how huge this temple is. It is considered as the largest place for dedicated for worship, and also the date or the history of this temple is very long history. Okay, it gave us an idea about 2,000 years of history. In ancient Egypt, the starting point for the construction of this, on the walls of the temple, on the pylons, on the columns, you can see the history of ancient Egypt during 2,000 years. The beginning of the construction was during the Middle Kingdom. The Middle Kingdom. Okay, and then the construction of this temple continued during the New Kingdom, during the late period. The Libyans, you know, we have during the late period, the Libyans came to Egypt, where the grandfathers and the ancestors of your god were the god Amun-Ra, the god of Karnak and Luxor temple. Amun-Ra, the national god, the king of gods, Amun-Ra, A-M-O-N, Ra, R-A. Amun-Ra, who was represented by a ram, the same thing like Hanum, but different. And you can see, show us the main plan of the temple. First, here we have, this is a ram avenue here, okay? By the way, this temple is not in good condition. Not everything is in a good condition, as you think like this pylon, but some were in ruins, some in bad condition, and so on. Huh? Here we have the ram avenue that we have passed by, and then this is the first pylon. We are standing just here. We're standing just here. And then this is the first pylon. After the first pylon, we have the colonnade with the columns. And the first, when you go inside, on the left-hand side, we're going to see Seti King. This is the second chapel dedicated for the triad of the temple. Each one, 1, 2, 3 shrines for the triad of the temple, 3 gods of the temple. Okay, and then we'll see here. Originally, we should have here something like a big chapel dedicated by King Harka, the Nubian king. We still have. This is the column of the Harka. We call it the Harka Spela. That is the remains of this shrine or this chapel. I'm going to show you later. And then we have this part was built by King Ramses III, the king that we did visit his his tomb today. And then we're going pass by this second pylon built by Ramses II, and then the hypostyle hall built by King Seti I and Ramses II, the son of Seti I, the largest hypostyle hall of all over the Egyptian temples, and one of the ancient wonders of the ancient world is this hypostyle hall. And then the third pylon, and then the fourth and fifth and sixth, and then the Holy of Holies, which was added later by King Philip Hadaeus. Okay, and then we have here, we call it a place, we call it Festival Hall, and then we have here the Sacred Lake in this part of the temple. We have also here another pylons, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. We have here 10 pylons like this, but not all in good condition like this, of course. Okay, so I'm going to show you the most important part in this temple. And here we have this is the main photo of the temple. You know, we call it the complex of Karnak. You know why? Because we have different temples lying in one temple. We have here one for Khonsu. This is the main sacred lake. We're going to see it. Another temple for Montu. And this is the main temple, Amun's temple. We have another one here for Mut temple. You know, we have triad of the temple here. Each one has has its own temple. Okay. Anyway, we are going to see this part. If you can see here the Ram Avenue. Can you see it? This is the first part.
You can go past that if you want to.
Columns on both sides were added by the Libyans. The Libyans came here during the 22nd dynasty. And then King Taharqa built this kiosk here. We have 4 columns on both sides here. Okay? It was covered originally. You can see 4, 5 here and 5 here. It was covered originally like this. That's why they moved this Ram Avenue. You can see it on both sides. They moved it in order to build other additions. Like this channel for 62nd. Okay? And you added this kiosk of the So this Ram Avenue should be wide in one axis, one line. This is the outside Ram Avenue. Columns had closed papyrus. This had open papyrus. It's different from the Roman ones which has the Promethean form and something like this. This, it said that this statue for Tutankhamun here, this one made of alabaster here, this one. And over there we have this pedestal which was used for the
Several people have come in.
No. That's right. Here we have in front of us this column. Close position between his legs. That means that's a high position. Doesn't mean she's a mean person. Okay. Here we have this. Columns are closed while the center ones are open. You know why? During the first day, those are higher, the side ones are lower. So they were fixed more, and just the window here illuminate the processional way of the god here. This processional road, the road of the god. Okay? So the whole place was covered, and just this is it. Source, the only source for illumination, and it said that the central columns, those two here, were covered with golden leaves and nice colors, and you still have some colors survive here on the shafts and on the architraves of this Hebrew style. You can see it, the color. So imagine how it looked like. You can see here the high.
One condition.
I think so, yeah. For sure, the pyramid is one of the ancient wonders of the ancient world. Because we have 7 wonders and modern wonders. Okay, I know what.
Unbelievable. Blows my mind.
Americans everywhere. Oh, American invasion in Egypt. We have also this group are Americans, by the way. So you have here. This is the obelisk of Queen Hatshepsut. This one. I want to ask you first. You can see here that the obelisk has 2 colors. Okay. By the way, I think German?
With the feathers of Amon-Ra, he said that when he took the form of Amon-Ra, his wife in the form of the wife of Amon-Ra, look at their noses, he was this one.
Show you here now.
Voor de kleurkinderen. Alleen ligt dat niet.
Russian, I think, right?
Grammaire.
Excuse me, you're French?
Ja, de grammaire.
Oh, she's your grandmother.
This is the sacred lake of the temple of Karnak.
Right hand side. Come on, runners, let's go. And turn around.
See the obelisk in front? Restoration. Just walk right from the stage like that. That's the river now, right across. Our boat was sitting at that time.
From the Ram Avenue.
Look here, ladies and gentlemen.
Ça doit être une épidémie parce qu'il y en a pas mal qui comme ça.
C'est les visiteurs.
At the end of the tour, always I give you the free time to take pictures. But this time, we don't go to the past directly. When we finish the tour, just to meet the because
Next up. Now this one, and that's where the Egyptians grandfather gave us, he gave us this obelisk. We gave him this obelisk and he gave us the clock tower, which was just for 2 hours. And you have seen by maybe your guide mentioned this for you, the Bazaar mosque. Remember, it worked just for 2 hours. And then whenever I saw the French, I told them I want my obelisk back, and they promised. Okay, so. They were here in this side, and there were 2 here in that side, and the 2 sitting for the same king Ramses II. Alhamdulillah, tamam.
Got to.
Et eux peuvent le faire dans
We continue to distort the history. Filmmakers are here, filming the film in this temple of Luxor. And she's posing as Cleopatra. She's playing the character of Cleopatra.
Ramses II built this side and built our Ramses II changed the direction of the temple. That's why the whole temple is behind. Over there we have this part. The beard, God's beard, was a symbol of royalty. Okay, and then we can see something here. Wives, how many children? He has a lot of things. Wives, children, temples, statues, everything. You can see here the god of the Nile. Bathing, and then here you can see the side end. Can see it? Side end. Those are the Syrians. And lips. They have their own features and short haircut. The Syrians usually with the beard. So this, different characteristics of those and those. Okay? So they are tied together, and each one with the name of his own town, not his name, not his cartouche. Okay? For not later, after Amhotep built the interior part first, then Ramses came in and he built the foundation of the central foundation inside the temple of remember, both the same from the same height. He said that maybe don't need me to go through me. So they're going to have 2 envelopes from the reception for each one. Okay? 1 envelope for the boat, and another one for someone I don't know who he is. Should be 2 envelopes for each one. Okay? So I told you before. I think you remember the average. I told you that's minimum average $12 for the whole cruise. Up to you. If you want to feel that you won't pay more, that's up to you. Okay? And you're going to prepare your luggage, and
Okay. This is Sphinx Avenue in the Temple of Luxor.